Have you ever wondered what would happen if all world borders disappeared overnight? What if, just like Cinderella's carriage at midnight, all the lines drawn on our world maps simply vanished? Poof, just like that. Imagine our world as a giant video game. You know those annoying invisible walls that prevent you from exploring beyond the map? That's kind of what borders are like, right? Invisible walls drawn by history, politics, and sometimes just a river. They dictate where we can go, who we can see, and even what we can buy. It's like being told you can't visit the Mushroom Kingdom because you're a resident of Hyrule. But what if, one day, these walls disappeared? What if we could freely roam between levels? No power-ups needed. The concept might seem as bizarre as a Goomba and a Deku Baba having a tea party. But hey, we're here to explore the peculiar and the interesting. Now, let's dive into the deep sea of possibilities that a borderless world might bring. Imagine waking up to a world where passports are as obsolete as fax machines. In this utopian dream, we'd all be global citizens, free to roam wherever our hearts desire. Imagine no more vacation days wasted in embassy queues or wrestling with visa forms that seem like they were designed by a sadist. You could breakfast in New York, lunch in Paris, and dine under the stars in the Serengeti, all in the same day. Okay, maybe that would involve bending the laws of physics slightly, but you get the idea. And it's not just about travel. Imagine the rich cultural exchange, like a never-ending buffet of experiences. You could learn to dance the tango in Buenos Aires, attend a tea ceremony in Kyoto, or celebrate Diwali in Delhi, no questions asked. A world without borders would be like a giant jigsaw puzzle, where each piece is free to move, mingle, and find its perfect fit. But as with everything, there's also a flip side to this coin. What if this borderless world isn't all rainbows and unicorns? Let's take a walk down a less sunny lane and consider the potential nightmares of a world without borders. Imagine this. You wake up one day to find your quiet little town has tripled in size overnight. Overpopulation could become a real issue with everyone free to move wherever they please. It's like a never-ending game of musical chairs, except there aren't enough chairs. And then there's resource management. Without borders, who's in charge of divvying up the resources? We'd need to figure out a fair system and quickly before we all end up fighting over the last drop of water like a bunch of desert-dwelling lizards. Let's not forget about cultural clashes. A world without borders might mean a world without cultural preservation. We'd be one big melting pot of traditions, which sounds fun until your favorite holiday gets replaced by National Cheese Fondue Day. So, a borderless world might be a mixed bag of goodies and baddies. Borders or no borders, it's all about balance, isn't it? Now imagine a tightrope walker teetering on a high wire. On one hand, she's got a pole full of the benefits of borders: security, cultural preservation, economic stability, you get the gist. On the other hand, she's balancing the drawbacks: conflict, inequality, restricted freedom. It's a precarious situation, much like our world today. Borders, while they may seem like a thorn in the side of unity and global citizenship, do play a role in our current world structure. They're like the grumpy old man who refuses to give up his seat on the bus. Annoying, sure, but there for a reason. They provide a framework for governance, help manage resources, and, like it or not, maintain a semblance of order. So could we ever see a world without borders? That's a question for the future. We've journeyed through a world without borders, from a harmonious utopia to a dystopian chaos. A world where we yearn for unity yet understand the need for boundaries. So ask yourself, what if world borders disappeared? Share your thoughts below. Until next time, keep wondering.